And two of the stars to watch out for in this particular match, Regan Ware, and also the captain of England, Tom Mitchell. Sitting alongside me, former England captain, is Rob Vickerman. And Rob, here's an interesting stat you wouldn't have known, but these two sides have met on 3 occasions in Vegas, and England have only scored 2 tries.
Well, there we go, hoping that they're going to get more. Good stat there, Willie. Big game for England. 3 quarter-final losses have meant they've been at this stage of the tournament, and this is a formidable New Zealand team against them. Changed it up a little bit with Kuroi, Dixon on the bench, but their youngsters coming through are absolutely sensational. This is one of the biggest, most powerful New Zealand teams I've known for a long time, so I think the England team are going to be highly tested.
Scott Curry leads them out, as does Tom Mitchell. New Zealand. And the All Black Sevens family is what they're called. One of their contracted players, Tonin Shu, who's back in New Zealand at the moment, tragically lost his sister last night, and so the family and the team are wearing the black armband and sending their love and thoughts back to the immediate family. Jordan Way from Australia in control. England v New Zealand, mouth-watering prospects.
These are the big games you get up for. Huge contest ahead of both of these teams. The breakdown will be all important. You've got to quell the New Zealand physicality. Andrew
Newstubb gets us underway, and he goes deep in the first kick down to where the England captain will catch the ball. 7 out from his own goal line, runs across and then drops the ball off, looks for a run-up, and it comes in the form of Lindsay Haig. Then the ball over the top to Norton. Good start from England. Norton just tripping. Volvo looks for the counter ruck, but he can't get. And Burgess goes one wider to McConaughey. Tackle of Collier, also Curry's there, New Zealand captain. There is the Carpentier with the blue headgear. Straight through the middle he goes. Newstubb, the sweep at a beat, changes the ball, changes the angle. Newstubb shows him the sideline, almost out. England still in control of possession. Kuroi comes racing out, try and put a shot on Lindsay Haig. Eventually it's cleaned up. McConaughey is there to play halfback. Burgess says go to the left, and that's where they go. Lindsay Haig has got Norton on the outside. Volvo will look to try and get the steal and get the penalty.
He did indeed there, Lindsay Haig, probably one of the form players in this tournament. Hits that outside line with a beautiful hitch kick, but it takes you away from that inside support, and as a result, Trail Jaos manages to make the tackle. Ravuvu in there before Dan Norton can clear. Great defence from New Zealand.
There is Big Joe Ravovo. So New Zealand prepared to slow things down. I normally like to keep ball in hand, but Joe Ravovo, real revelation in his 7th tournament, 23 tries. Arrived in Vegas last Wednesday after the death of his grandmother. And so this New Zealand team playing with a heavy heart, but they know that this is a game that they are desperate to win. Curry wins it in the middle of the line-out. Joas plays halfback and a lovely pass out to Webber. Joe Webber through the gap. Norton will get him, but he won't get McCarvey Black. Great start.
Well, waving their hands, and rightly so. First try in his career. What a set-piece play. Keep a look. Trail Joas front of the line out. He's the extra man. Means that miss-out pass can get to Webber on an outside arc. What a credible angle from him. Gets on the outside. Norton can't shut him down. McCarvey back supports inside, but this all comes from really clever set-piece play. That little loop play is the extra man, buys 3 steps, and that's the result.
The pass from Andrew Newstubb couldn't have been any better. He put it on the money and he allowed Joe Webber to get on the outside of McConaughey. Conversion is good, and what a way to bring up your first try in 7s in the black shirt in Vegas. again they go deep, and again it's Tom Mitchell, the England captain, who gets it straight to Burgess. Cross goes Burgess, and then the contact. Such a hard worker. There's Phil Burgess for them, and they go the same way. Mitchell out to Norton. Comes back on the angle to make sure that he stays away from the touchline. Lindsay Haig steps, throws the dummy. Tackle from Webber. Mitchell into play halfback again, has Norton out to the left, but it gives the ball to Burgess. Burgess just a little bobble. Waddleton there in the headgear. McConaughey with a late cut. Gets through the gap, and now just a sweep and a beat. McConaughey! He's so good at that! Lovely footwork. Frank Sinatra would have liked. Here in Vegas, and England get their first.
He's a class act, McConaughey. It's going to be a huge loss going to the World of 15s, but this is what he can do on a sevens pitch, and we should celebrate it. Big inside jumps, got the pace, really wiry, rangy runner. Belies his size, flies in underneath. That is a great score from him. Mitchell just pulling strings, that change of direction. Beats the defence, Joas cannot shut it down. Sweeper may as well not be there. That is a quality finish.
Well, Andrew Newstep is still looking for the shadow. A conversion is made by the English captain. What a way to strike back. There is Tom Mitchell, and so there is the third try that they've scored against New Zealand here in Vegas.
Expect to see a couple more. Plenty of action to come in this game, I'm sure. One thing England talk about midweek is about their use of a kicking game. They've got pace, they've probably got a little bit more pace than New Zealand team, and it's such a narrow pitch, they've not got the size and physicality of this New Zealand team. They've got to look at different ways of playing.
Well, there were the head-to-heads that you got to see, the percentages. The matches between these two teams, and they look to go out to the left. De Carpentier can't claim it, but Lovovo can. So strong that two defenders are in there. You can see him holding off Lindsay Haig. Now the battle for the ball, and it's been won. But the original knock-on means that there was no advantage to New Zealand. Great bit of sportsmanship there too between Lovovo and Lindsay Haig. The battle on the ball, and once the whistle goes, the gloves are off.
It's amazing that they have time to smile. It's like he's been a naughty child there, just being held at arm's length by Ravuvu. There's always good gamesmanship in these two games.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Andrew Newstep, just 22 years old, gets it to McCarvey Black, operating in the second receiver is Webber. Won't get away from, or can get away from McConaughey, but he won't get away from Lindsay Haig. It's quickly recycled, and they go the same way. Now they bounce back, strike back. That came off an England hand. Accidental knock on as well. That's not a yellow card because it was in the art of tackling. Nice shot coming in from Ethan Waddleton, had to be made.
Yeah, he's a really tough player, Ethan Waddleton. I like the way he gets stuck in. Not intimidated in any way, the young man. Coming through with a bit more experience now in the hooking role. Tries to get the tackle to shut down this New Zealand attack, as you say, knocked it on.
Bind. Sit.
Newstep gets it straight to Webber. He throws it to McCarvey Black. He's got a nice step here. Can't get through though, and now Newstep will just look to give it to Rabova. This is the match that they wanted, is to put him on Norton and ask him to do some defending. Trell Joyce gets it, McCarvey Black. Nice swarming defence from England. Look at the desperation from them, and they've ripped the ball clear too, but he had a knee on the ground, they had to release.
Oh, milliseconds at that instant there. You're allowed to rip the ball, but as soon as his knee hits the floor, it's deemed a tackle, therefore not. Waddleton, as we mentioned, industrious as usual. It can't be that close. Oh, agony, and that's how close it can be. As Waddleton rips it, he doesn't know his knee's gone down.
New Zealand into referee's time now. Webber strikes and then gives a ball that's lost forward, and now England with a chance to finish. But two not gone, so a couple of unforced errors from both teams means that we'll head to the break. One converted try each. And there, Tom Mitchell, the 28-year-old, made his debut in Wellington in 2011, and so Kicks out to the side, that Volvo will claim it and go head on with Norton. Burgess comes across. Ball is there, and McConaughey miraculously just batters it to his captain and says, let's get out of jail, and they do. Now they move it out to where Glover steps, keeps the ball and the hands available. Waddleton, Collier makes the tackle. Burgess runs a beautiful line. Burgess, one more pass, was looking for his captain. Webber's there instead. A frantic pace to start, and now it's up to McCarvey Black. He is quick. McConaughey comes in, and in fact it's Lindsay Haig. McCarvey Black scores one, and now he gets another.
The power of a turnover in the game of rugby sevens in its full glory there, looking more than likely that England were going to score. And have a look at McCarthy Black walking back, saluting. So close. Waddleton picks a lovely offload for Burgess, who rides the first tackle, fends off that, and as Mitchell just steps off his left, gives the ball straight to Webber. Takes a bit of pace off it, shifts it to the man with some pace, and down he goes like a track sprinter. End-to-end stuff. What action we're seeing.
21 years old, here on debut, was outstanding at the national side and national tournament in New Zealand, got called into the wider squad, and he is making a statement in America. 12 tackles by the New Zealanders, 11 to England. You can see just how close this game is. And those turnovers, very costly, firstly from New Zealand and then from England, but Newstub into a breeze, still manages to find some distance, and he gets it down to where the England captain runs lateral. Gives it back to Lindsay Haig, tackled by Newstub. Glover is there, secures possession. There is De Carpentier. There's Burgess again. He runs such great lines. He got Norton out there, and he gives it to the speedster. Shut the gate most times. Norton now bamboozling everybody. Back to Burgess. Look at the number of black shirts there. The desperation to get back on defence. Collier looking for the steal. Referee says it's a contest. Carry on. New Zealand have it.
Well, it ends in a bit of a mess after a thing of beauty. I've got a feeling Sam Dixon's in some serious trouble here.
Dixon is in the bin, and here's the run from Dan Norton.
Well, Chak's back, keeps the ball in two hands alive, bouncing off his left of his right, and ridiculous offload out the back. And Burgess swarmed. That is desperate defence. That's what wins you games. 5 New Zealand players back. They're going to have to graft now with Sam Dixon in the bin after that pretty late, almost dangerous shot on De Carpentier, which means he's gone off.
Crouch.
England with an extra player, and so New Zealand don't even put a halfback in.
Set.
There you can see they clear it now. It's 3-on-3. They loop around the nice late cut, and Norton this time, the top try scorer, gets another.
Well, again, England set piece, providing the staple of their attack. Bibby looked like he was getting it. Mitchell on the wraparound, hits across to Norton. All too easy for the top try scorer in Sevens history.
This to draw level. Mitchell, as calm as you like, strikes it beautifully. Right over the black dot, and Dan Norton. What a great set piece, though. The loop around from Mitchell was perfect, and so was the timing of his pass.
Really good that Dan Bibby just held inside, meaning the defence couldn't shift. Revuvu just in what they call no man's land.
There he has made his debut in Wellington in 2008. 280 tries, and he has scored 19 for season 2018. Burgess, who's been gutsy, and now he backs his pace. Close to the sideline. Remember, New Zealand still down to 6 players, and England looking to make them pay. Waddleton to Mitchell, they go back the same way. Bibby, they've got to score. Intercepted. Karai, the 19-year-old, gets over the halfway. Collier's there. Norton's back to make a tackle. Collier stays strong, keeps driving forward, and eventually gets tackled. I don't think there was a release there from Bibby, neither did the referee.
Exactly that. Tom Mitchell making a tackle, not release it when it got to the floor, but again another 22 visit, another turnover. Ellery not found from Bibby's pass, and Kuroi not quite able to make it, surprisingly, as the man is rapid, but throws it on the inside. Good cover from Norton coming in. England swarming this time, but how strong is Collier?
It cost them 7 points, and they've finally returned to 7 players now, New Zealand, with Dixon back on the field.
Time off, please.
Have a look at this. Visits to the 20, or inside the 22. 100% for New Zealand, and look at England. 5 occasions, only 40%. That's a telling stat.
That is absolutely shows how this game has been won. England's attack not that effective in that danger zone, the red zone as it's known. They need to be capitalising there.
Time on.
New Zealand happy to put 4 players into the lineup. They did a maul yesterday against Fiji, and they were looking to do exactly the same, but it's sacked. Immediately it's taken to the ground. Collier gets it out to Kuroi. He throws it wide out to Nanai Saturo with his first touch of the ball. 18 years old, good tackle coming in from McConaughey. Kuroi buys a little bit of time. Collier into the 22, nice steal. Waddleton should get the penalty here, and he is going to get it. That is wonderful play from the young 21-year-old.
We said about how good this guy is already. A long career ahead of him, I'm sure. Love how he plays the game. He's a real grafter. Gets the tackle, puts it down, and goes for the ball straight away. You could question there his left hand hitting the ball, hitting the floor, but manages to grab the ball. Referee the other side of the breakdown, which is why he got away with it.
Time's off.
No, his intention was the ball, wasn't it? He wasn't looking to not support his own body weight. That's great play from the young man, and we enter the last minute of this semi-final. New Zealand and England. Australia to play Kenya in the second semi-final. That'll be a ripper as well, and then we're into the big stuff. The Cup semi-finals here in Las Vegas for 2018. Mitchell calms things down. He just slows down. They split 3-3, and he runs across, throws the dummy, then he gives it to the Carpentier, and then out to Ellery. Mike Ellery on the outside. Just brought down. Ankle tapped from Kuroi. Bibby to Waddleton. Nice hands and nice ball movement. Norton trying to get around McCarvey Black. He's done so. Another pass, and it's just been lost forward. Collier throws it out. Molia, he's fresh onto the field, and Molia now backs himself. It's over the halfway. Bibby makes the tackle. Ball is there. Collier picks up. New Zealand have got numbers. Dixon, Kuroi to the left. Didn't pass. And what a tackle from De Carpentier.
One all the way around. Entry.
Penalty. And Andrew Newstub is trying to get the ball.
Leave it.
What if your backs is kicking?
No, they're going to tap and go. Newstub to the line. He's isolated. Waddleton. Tackle made by De Carpentier. Options left and right. McCarvey Black, first receiver. Gets it back to Dixon. Shows a big wide pass out to Nanai Saturo. Steps. He's got Malia out to the right. Malia on Norton. Gets rid of him. New Zealand just too short now. Into referee's time. Collier will pick it up. And Collier scores. They're going to ask questions. And the Australian referee will firstly go to his in-goal touch. And then the assistant referee on the sideline.
Player in touch.
Check.
And they're going to check.
They are going to check. Big questions asked there about the neck roll and the breakdown. Let's hear what the question is.
Try, no try, please.
That's try, no try. And have a look at this. That's a try. The reaction from the crowd. There it is. He's certainly got the ball down. The referee will award this.
So, try. Thank you.
Try given. And New Zealand saved their best for last. Dylan Collier scores the match winner.
Well, well into extra time, it ended up being that physicality we mentioned. Norton has a little look in the ruck. meaning he's not on the blind side to make that tackle, and you need to have 3 men to try and stop Collier from there, yet alone half a tackle.
And so New Zealand will progress through to the final. Thanks to that man on screen, Dylan Collier, in an epic encounter. They have won this match by 9.